Brought to you by Charity Mobile, the phone company that supports life and family. 5% of your monthly plan price goes to your favorite charity. Buy the way you believe at CharityMobile.com and use promo code TRADITION.
Change is upon the Catholic Church. God willing, it is not merely a change of administration in the earthly head, the Vicar of Christ, but God willing, it is a change of direction in the Church. And there are issues that the new Holy Father will have to address. God willing, it will be these issues will be addressed with an eye to not just orthodoxy, but orthopraxy. Orthodoxy being right belief, meaning in this case, things that conform to Catholic belief. And orthopraxy meaning right praxis, meaning things that conform to actual practice of Catholicism. Many such stories are coming out now that illustrate really how bad things have gotten in the Church, or been made aware of how things have been bad in the Church for a long time. And at the core of this are cadres of horrible bishops who don't believe in Catholicism, but are for some reason office holders in the Catholic Church. Even though you would think they're not believing in the faith would be enough to say that they are not actually bishops or priests or cardinals or whatever. In Germany, because of course, where else, there has been a push during the interregnum to get as much done as possible before a new pope comes in. It's not a sign one way or the other of how they believed a conclave would turn out. It's more of a, while the cat's away, the mice will play sort of situation. We have another story for you from Germany under this headline: Head of German Catholic Bishops. I advocate for the ordination of women. I wish for it, and I will do everything for it. Now that is by Bishop Jörg Batzing, who likes to dress like a Protestant minister instead of an actual bishop of the Catholic Church. His attitude has been, as has many of his confreres and the German bishops, that the Catholic Church is wrong. It got it wrong on a lot of things. We saw that with the McCarrick problem. This problem of wicked priests who are morally unfit to be priests, who for some reason were allowed to become priests. And they then use their positions of power to harm the most vulnerable, especially the young. And for whatever reason, they took that very real problem and said, what we need instead are married priests and to ordain women. That will solve the problem. Well, then, advocating for more James Martin types in the priesthood, which is a guaranteed way to get more McCarrick problems. So 100% guaranteed way to find more of that. They believe, the Batzings do, that the Church got it wrong on morality, on who can be ordained, and that things like clerical celibacy and the lack of holy orders for the ladies are the problem. Notice, what they're not telling you, it's that the problem is not vice or lack of virtue or a lack of people practicing the Catholic faith as if they believe the things that they profess to believe whenever they go up to receive communion and reaffirm every Easter their baptismal vows. That never comes into this. It's always the Church is wrong. The Church is wrong. The Church is wrong and has always been wrong, so boy howdy do we need to change it. Let's go show you how bad this is. Quote, and that's Bishop Batzing right there, by the way. That's a bishop. More than only a golden bathtub. A reference to the von Elst scandal, but that is what they have turned the German Church into, with a bishop floating about the suds on top. This statement is a frank preparation for schism, especially as he stated it at the Protestant Church Congress. There are plans to unite the Catholic and Protestant Church Congresses. In the words of Francis, carnival time is over. Performative Catholicism of the Modernists, acting Catholicism out instead of living it out, is over. Hanover, Commandment of Justice. The chairman of the German Bishops' Conference is committed to the ordination of women in the Catholic Church. A conversation has particularly encouraged him in this. The chairman of the German Bishops' Conference wants to work to ensure that women can also receive priestly ordination in the Catholic Church. I wish for it, and I will do everything for it, said Limburg Bishop Georg Batzing on Saturday at the Protestant Church Congress in Hanover. It is a commandment of justice Gender equality is an incredibly high value in German and European culture, and I fully support that. Women must be able to assume leadership responsibilities and make decisions without discrimination, even in the Catholic Church. Batzing thanked the late Pope Francis for strengthening the role of women in the Catholic Church. He did not adhere to law and order, included 70 women with voting rights in the deliberations of the World Synod. The result was a text that questions and develops the role of women in the Catholic Church, the bishop said. The question of the diaconate for women is explicitly addressed there. That is a very encouraging step. Batzing also recounts a conversation during the World Synod last October with women who felt a calling to the priesthood. I sensed such seriousness there, not to gain something for themselves, but to achieve something for this church. This motivated him even more to champion the cause. End quote. Notice how he frames that at the end. Not for something for themselves, but to achieve something for the church. What in the world does the church need to achieve for itself? Other than maybe cracking the code for spreading the gospel in this godless age. And that's actually not that hard to do, given the large numbers of conversions we saw such out of the blue seemingly happening this past Easter all across the Western world. Something is drawing people to more rigid traditional forms of Catholicism. Not that these German bishops seem to care that much about that. What in the world does the church need to achieve for itself other than the salvation of souls, its highest commandment given to it by Jesus Christ himself? Notice where he gave this address. A Protestant Congress in Germany. He is threatening schism. My assertion is they're already in schism. They already are. They flout the law of the church at every turn. They assert the church is wrong on certain unbelievable issues, like who can be ordained, fundamental issues. These are not administrative issues of the day. Oh, this bishop's conference handled X issue wrong. They should have done it. That's not what we're talking about. They're talking about magisterial questions. The church got it wrong on a question of the magisterium, going back to antiquity. The implications of that are that, well, anybody making such an assertion with a straight face is not even a Catholic anymore, because they've denied magisterial authority. He did this at a Protestant Congress because, of course, he knew he'd get a welcome reception. They're threatening schism. It's a read between the lines situation. They're going to unite the Catholic churches, congresses, whatever that means, with the Protestant congresses in Germany. I am as much for the end of the Catholic Protestant schism as anyone else. I really am. But it's going to require Protestants to come home, not for Catholic bishops to go join Luther again. And doing it over women's ordination. What a strange hill to die on. When you're a secularist, everything the church does and has stood for is wrong. That is the fundamental of this question here. Do you think he'll do it? And do you think the incoming Pope will do anything about this? Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments, please. Hit like and subscribe if you haven't. It certainly helps. So does sharing this on social media. That helps too. And as always, pray for the church. I'm Anthony Stine. Ave Maria.